Welcome to a brand new podcast. And as we approach in the new year, new beginning, this is the Oracle 19. And my name is Mr. Greatness. If you want to put your business on this platform, you can email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And that's the same email if you want to make a donation, a free will offering to the podcast as we continue expanding worldwide via PayPal, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. Pass information worldwide. We need your support with that. So that's step one. Step two, you can shop online to our baby shopping mall, as we have a lot of great things going towards, well, in the winter. We in the winter now, I should say. www.evolutionoflondon.com for a whole wide range of products, men's, kids, ladies' clothes, perfume, cologne, and much more. So that's evolutionoflondon.com and also evolutionoflondon.org. ORG for custom clothes, accessories, and digital products as well. And finally, evolutionoflondon.store, STORE, and that's for DVDs, games, and more clothes. Evolutionoflondon.store. We have different links to other affiliates, www.linktree.com/evolutionoflondon. You can support us that way through social media. And we have a Patreon channel, which you have videos that's not posted on YouTube, digital artwork, and we have consulting services as well. www.patreon.com/evolution of London. And we on rumble.com. Just type in the Oracle 19. So like, subscribe, and share through our platform there. Yeah. Show your love in different ways and pass the information to family, friends, and foes. Don't be lazy, please. We could use your support that way at the very least. Check out the company Royalty 9 International. They make homemade candles, 100% soy wax, 12-ounce jars from scented to unscented. Now the scented candles is from frankincense, myrrh, jasmine, eucalyptus, just to name a few. And if you want to place an order, email the company royalty9international@gmail.com. Yeah, give it a try. Check it out. Over 35 plus burning hours, different designs. No candle is the same. It's definitely different designs. I can attest to that. They're on social media, Royalty9 International on Instagram and TikTok. So, Royalty9 International. Mr. Will, he's a fitness consultant, been a fitness consultant for over 15 years. So if you want to book for him or book if you want a free consultation, or actually, let me slow it down. If you want a consultation, you can email him at healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. He will give you the breakdown of his pricing. So, healthfitnessconsultant@gmail.com to contact Mr. Will and also support his merch. www.wjaaccessories.com. Again, wjaaccessories.com for custom clothes, accessories, and digital products as well. Music. Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. He have a whole wide range of different beats. So once you go to his YouTube channel, you will see his other social media sites. So like, subscribe, and share to Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. And continuing to train on YouTube is the Greatness 19 channel. That's our educational channel to open up your third eye. So like, subscribe, and share to the Greatness 19 channel. On the same page, if you scroll down on the Greatness 19 page, is Mr. Evolution of London. That's our health and wellness channel. Like, subscribe, and share to Mr. Evolution of London Church. DJ Panthro. He's an international DJ, and if you want to book for him to come to your venue, email DJ Panthro, PANTHRO 519 at gmail.com. Again, that's DJ Panthro 519 at gmail.com if you want him to be at your venue. And you will see his other links to his website, DJ hyphen Panthro 519 at printify.me. And that link will be on other social media sites. You'll find them on Instagram, TikTok, DJ Panthro, and The Real DJ Panthro. Again, that's The D-A, The Real DJ Panthro on TikTok. And you can like, subscribe, and find his link on YouTube, DJ Panthro 519. So again, DJ Panthro. Kenzo World for your Afro beats. And if you want to book for him to come to your venue, more Kenzo at gmail.com, more MOOR Kenzo, KEENZO at gmail.com. He has an album called Discovery, Kenzo Discovery, as well as a single, Adora. And you can find all that information on his YouTube channel, Kenzo World. You can also find his music on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, just to name a few. Again, Kenzo on your social media platforms. Now the Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We're on iHeartRadio, Google, Apple, Spotify for creators, Amazon Music, just to name a few. So any information I haven't mentioned will be in the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, the Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London, both of those on YouTube, of course, rumble.com, just type in the Oracle 19, and finally, www.theoracle19radio.com. All right, well, let's get to the topic. Definitely, as you know, I'm always on social media, so elderly women have requirements. Elderly women, old women, to put it bluntly, old women. Yes, here we go. We're going to be on one today. Old women I'm finding on social media having demands, requirements. You know, ladies, when you hitting 40, or when you 40, you old. You know that, right? You know that, right? Like when you're a man and you 40, you consider an elder. You old, even though you might have a young vibe, but just to let you know, you old. And I don't think these females realize that they old. You 40, 50. I see 50-year-old women, 60-year-old women giving requirements. He got to take me on trips. He got to wine and dine me. You 60, 65, 50. He better know how to treat me. He better do things for me. He better rub my feet. And you 45. You old lady. Even if the man is 50 years old, why he gonna be killing himself? He's not killing himself for you, lady. Old lady. What do you mean? These women is unbelievable. You was popping in 1990. You was the ish in 1995, but you old. You old with a capital O. You old. You are done. You might look halfway decent, but a man, let's say 50 years old, he's looking for something early 30s, late 20s, especially if he's keeping himself right. That is the reality. Why would he want to be with you? That's my question from me to you. You was, and I listen to these stars out here. These used to be stars. They 60 years old, 59, and they talking that. Shame on you, old lady. You are old. And I think you need to realize that. You are washed up. You are gray. You just putting dye in your hair. Men could realize, they know, most, the real men anyway. And you know, when you reach a point in your life, you know you old, but you can handle that. But these women, you know, like men always is gonna, if you take care of yourself. I'm talking about even if a man is 40, he could get a woman that is in the 20s, no question about it. Even a man in the 50s could get a woman in the 20s. You could see it all around. And it's not always a tricking thing necessarily. If he keeps himself, take care of himself. But even if a woman is 60 and she's taking care of herself, I know you got these young fools out here that's dying and going crazy for these old ladies. But in the normal scheme of things, men is not killing themselves for a 60-year-old woman. Regardless if you was popping in the 90s, if you was famous in the 90s. Men is not going to go crazy and say, I got to have a 60-year-old woman on my side. If you have an option, same type of woman, what would be your option, man? A woman 60 years old or that same woman that is 25? Same woman. She's just a younger version of that 60-year-old woman. Which one you would prefer? That 60-year-old woman or 25-year-old woman? We know the answer to that. So these ladies that have all these requirements, these old ladies that have these requirements, you man better do something, that you just living in fantasy land. And I think you men gotta stop, especially giving these old ladies any type of airspace. They just like, Ish, you better. I'm not trying to hear anything. Shut up. You old. You old. You washed up. You somebody's nana. If I'm dealing with you, I'm dealing with somebody's nana, auntie. Why would I want a 50-something-year-old woman? Where we going with this? What we doing? If you're a man of a certain age, you have to put rub Bengay on your right knee, and she gotta rub her Bengay on her left knee. What? That's a relationship? And she has demands too. You see these women, I'm watching them on social media. I'm trying my best not to name names and stuff because I'm not just, I don't want to be picking on a particular person. I'm really trying to avoid that, but just go on social media and And look at these women, these stars, so-called Asian, no, not so-called, they aging stars, 60 years old. You can do the math, it's easy to find. In their 50s and late 40s, and they talking all that nonsense about what a man's supposed to do. Got one foot in the grave, lady. You're on your way to the upper room. And they old and bitter as well. That's another thing. Why would you want an old, bitter woman? You can't do nothing to that. You can't give no advice. She ain't gonna take no advice from you. She don't want to learn anything. She want to control you, though. I was in this Uber, going home, going home, and just this, I would say, older woman. I don't know particularly her age, but if she was in her 30s, that surprised me. I would say probably late 30s, early 40s. I'm gonna just go over the top, but just bitter women, just bitter. Just you listen to her just right off the bat, very combative. A lot of these old women is combative. If you say right, they say left, and they give you reasons why you should do this. Why would you want to deal with an old woman like that, man? Why? What are you getting out of it dealing with an old lady? You can get that combativeness from a young knucklehead. At least she's young, if any consolation to that. But old, man. A lot of these women is just old and bitter, washed up and done. Now, there's women out here that is elderly, but they know they with a man, they know how to carry themselves, they know how to preserve their mind, they know how to address men and be respectful of themselves. But these old ladies, they bouncing around with the big old caboose or no caboose. What I mean by that is big old behind or no behind. You got different shapes, right? But just fake everything. You can look in their face and just see the bitterness. Not even pleasant. They're not looking even pleasant. They just a bunch of old witches. And then on top of that, they trying to dress like they fresh teenagers. One time, a long time ago, I dealt with an old woman. She older than me, about 10 years older than me. Long time ago. And then she's bouncing around acting like she's 16, talking smack. I had to cancel her real quick. Sometimes you just change different flavors just to see what's good. That was a lousy experience. And again, these old women try to dress like they fresh teenagers and then have the nerve to talk down to you, talk smack. That's the thing about that gets to me. I mean, not really get to me because I really don't care. I'm not dealing with those old women like that anyway, but they have demands though. That's the thing that kills me, guys. They just, you're allowed, and this social media is crazy. You got old women 70. I seen something, old woman 70 years old twerking. Oh my God. Twerking rolls of fat, rolling out her stomach. big old wig, or I should say a hair hat, just looking crazy. You got women in social media twerking and they 60, 70 years old, 50 years old. Lady, what are you doing? What are you doing? You look like a jerk. First and foremost, you look like a jerk. You are somebody's mama. Your son or your daughter gotta see you like that, and you don't care. You swear in your mind you could get a man. Yeah, see, lady, you could get a man that just say, if you halfway decent, he'll hit you up. He'll roll in the hay with you, as my mother would put it. If you don't know what that means, he will have sexual intercourse with you. Maybe that's more clear for you. But he's not gonna marry you. Why? Why would he? Why? Why? Why would he marry you? First and foremost, you are old. Get it through your head. You are old. Women out here, 40s, 50s, 60s, wearing mini skirts and tights, and you showing your stomach and your buttocks at the same time. You look disgusting. And men, here's the reality. Dealing with an old woman. Number one, she's bitter. This is not all women now, okay? Or no, not all old women, but most old women in this day and time, she's been divorced. If she haven't been married, let's say she's a single mom and now she's an old single mom because the kids is grown. The kids is 20, 30 years old. So she has that old bitterness because she's been alone for decades. And even if she wasn't alone, she had different men in different decades. She's been dating for 20, 30, 40 years. Dating. She dated and she's been through many men in the 1990s. Hundreds of different men in the 90s. Slutting it out. Because she's an old slut. And then now she's 40, she slows down now. She maybe have 10 different men she have encountered per year. I'm just throwing numbers up. And then in 50s, she slowed down. She maybe have 2 different men per year. Roscoe and James. And then, in the 60s, she has a friend. She has a friend, and then she tells you that that friend of mine gotta do something. He gotta take me out. He gotta treat me like a lady because I'm a lady. That's how they talk. I'm a lady. He gotta treat me like a lady. I'm not accepting nothing. And you got about 150 bodies on you since 1990 to present time. You wore many different color wigs, many different hairstyles. You've been to many different hotels of different men, many different rooftops. You got 2, 3, 4 kids. They all grown now. Or maybe the youngest is in high school. You've been to all of these clubs and danced with hundreds and thousands of different men in your 30, 40-year career. Men flew you out in different parts of the country or state or province. You got a whole bunch of old girlfriends Some of them have diabetes or lupus, walking syphilis, STDs, catching, always back and forth to the clinic. You've been back and forth to the clinic in your 30, 40-year career at least about 100 times. It's just many of them just to check up to make sure you don't have STDs. You had some STD scares. You've been through the wars of relationships, STIs. You had a couple of STIs in your 40-year career. You caught crabs in 1989, back in days. VD in 91. This is your sex facts. Let's say car facts. This is your sexual history. You've been through many diseases or disease scares in your 30, 40 career of dating, old lady. You got fat, chunky, smelling like Bengay, rank. Vagina's rank, dusty, dry, definitely dry. Need lubrication to crank up that old caboose. Like Model T you got between your legs. Try to crank it up. Yeah, let's give it another try. Now you're ready to go. Why, men, you killing yourself for something like that and listening to those demands? You got cakes of makeup all over your face. A man don't even know your real face. They just know when you take it off, it's wrinkled. You've been through many different fashions. There's nothing really exciting about you, old lady. Why would men kill themselves, and we gotta listen to your demands? And you are basically a senior citizen or close to being a senior citizen? Why? What's the investment of getting you? Oh, because I got experience. Oh, great. So I want an old lady with experience. Yay. Does that make sense? I don't even see, that don't even make sense. That's not even logical. It's like if I'm going out car shopping, why would I want an old 1964 Chevrolet? And I could get a brand new, up-to-date car right now in real time, digital. Why would I kill myself for a classic car? Now, I know a lot of you like classic cars, but let's be for real. That's if you're a classic car collector. Or I should say, do you collect old ladies? Are you a classic old lady collector? Are you on that time, men? Why would you want that? And you got plenty of new cars, and I'm sorry to use that analogy, but I get what I mean, hopefully. But I want something fresh or close to fresh. Why would I want an old lady? Kiss her on the neck. Why are you kissing me on the neck? I don't like men kissing me on the neck. Well, how many men you been with that kiss you on the neck, lady? You get somebody fresh and tender, kiss her on the neck, and she's just bubbling with joy. She just feels the energy, the warmth, it just makes things exciting. I'm just using that as an example. But you get an old lady. Stop! Kiss, I don't like nobody kissing me on my neck. Ah, y'all men always like kissing me on the neck. Ew. Why would you want that? And then they have requirements on top of that. It's disgusting. Should be a law against that. And the only reason why, because you see these ones on social media with a little money, or actresses, old actresses, and then they be coming out and saying all of these demands, and then you, old lady, regular old lady, feel that you deserve that same treatment. I listen to these old ladies, even in my family, even in the surroundings. These old ladies be acting like they special. You not special. You are specially old. That's what you are. You specially old. You are nothing. If you don't have a man right now, you are done. You're not getting no man that of seriousness that want to marry you. And you're a grandmama. You blew that opportunity, lady. And on top of that, you're not even trying to change. You a feminist. He got to do this for me. I'm not trying to cook for him. You should be at 40, 50, 60 years old. You should be one of the best chefs on this planet Earth. That's the least you can do to contribute to helping yourself find somebody, anybody. You should be the most cleanest, smelling good old lady on the face of this earth. You're supposed to be smelling like potpourri at all times, because, lady, you trying to find somebody to be your companion. Somebody. I mean, you need somebody. Cha cha. But how in the world you you got demands and you leave? I looked there in the social media, this lady, and she's 70 years old. She put it out there, and she's twerking on Instagram and TikTok or whatever. I just went through my feed and I just seen it. And her house is dirty. And she's 70. But she's bouncing around twerking. What is this world coming to? This world got to go. You got old ladies thinking they special at 70, smacking. They I gotta pay my bills. You on Social Security, lady. You better pay your own bills. What, you thinking a man is gonna be killing himself to pay for a 70-year-old, 60-year-old, 50-year-old woman bills? Really? Gonna pay your bills at 50, 60 years old? This world need a blow up. It is disgusting. That's why I'm teaching my young ones out here, my young lioness out here, to don't be old and bitter. Learn the things of not doing, because you see what's in front of you. You see how these old ladies act. Young ladies, it's your mama. I always say your mammy, your grandmammy are examples of ladies you should not be. If you don't want to listen to Mr. Greatness, just look at your mammy or grandmammy or great grandmammy if she's still alive. Look at your older cousins, your aunties. Look how they act. You don't even have to listen to Mr. Greatness. Look at your own freaking family of old ladies. Take a look at your old ladies. Your old ladies act like chicken heads at 40, 50, 60 years old. Look at them. Look at them. That will tell you everything. See, the problem is, I know you young people, you sons and daughters, it's hard for you to admit and really process that your mammy, your great grandmammy, is this type of woman. Because you like, this is my mama. This is my grandmama. This is my auntie. You trying to, because they elders, right? You trying to give them that props. I get it. But this is a prime example. They are single, old, and bitter. That's your mama, your grandmama, your auntie. You don't want to listen to Mr. Greatness, that is fine. Because the way I'm conveying the information, fine. But take a look at your family and look how they act. They don't act like what an older woman should be, preserved. They act like old savages. Your mama is an old savage. Your grandmother is an old savage. Your auntie is an old savage. Your older cousins is old cousin savages. And look at the older women in your neighborhood, at your university, at your college, on your job, in your everyday life. Old savages. This is what it is. This is, see, you got examples right in front of you about the old women and their requirements and what they, we all do, even in my family. Most of these old women are old savages. They're old feminist savages. Used to be. 100 years old, 1 foot in the grave, 90 years old, 80 years old, 70 years old, 60, 50, 40. You all old in that class. And they don't act like women. Because real women, they know how to preserve themselves. Even if they don't have a man, they know how to carry themselves. You're not going to, the reality. You cannot give requirements, demands of what a man better do. He better pay my bills. He better take me on trips. He better. No, you can't. Your requirements is gone. That woman card is gone because you old. You have to settle, and you gotta now. Definitely, you should be the best cook in your neighborhood. You better be the best woman to take care of your skin and everything else, and just shut up. As I sometimes say, shut up, because that's the reality. And you young women, you should pay close attention to the older women in front of you, and you will see that I'm right. You might not want to admit it, but it's your mammy and your grandmammy. I'm sticking to that. I'm repeating that over and over because it is that. It's a shame, really is. I get it. You don't want to hear that. I mean, you don't want to hear that reality. We don't want to hear that reality that our mother is just a old bitter ish that washed up but still trying to give requirements. We don't want to hear that. But it's the truth, and truth is truth. Your your old mama and your old grandmother, they trash. Yeah, you might love them and you want the best for them, but they washed up. They destroyed them lives. They destroyed their lives long time ago. There's no saving them. They just ready to die out and still chirp around, walking around with fake everything, fake nails and breasts, and just trying to rehash some of their youth. It's nothing. If you're an old woman, 40 and over, you're supposed to be definitely the best version of yourself. Keep your mouth shut. Preserve the little life you have in your body. Take care of your body. Be the best you could be. And if you find a man at that age, be the best version of yourself and give him, especially if he's a real guy that wants to deal with you, be the best version of yourself and make his experience wonderful. Because mind you, you 45, 50 years old and you giving him headache and you being a pain and you demanding things, he could leave you. You 45, he could leave you and deal with a 25-year-old woman that'd be he'd be a younger version, get a younger version of you. If I'm gonna get, let me say this again. If I'm gonna get a female that's gonna be a pain in my behind, I might as well get someone that's young and gonna be a pain in my behind. At least the experience a, is a little bit better if you're talking about on the sexual level. Why would I deal with an older woman? Why would I want to deal with that? And she gonna be a headache, an old headache at that. And then you gotta factor in on top of that, you dealing with an old lady. You gotta deal with her older kids. Let's say there's so many different failures to this relationship. If you're trying to get into that, you go into old lady's house that got grown kids living with her. And they giving you the side eye and then running up in your face telling you better take care of my mama or you gonna have a problem with me. You're a man of a certain age, you gotta deal with this old lady and then her son that is 25 or 21 or 18, and he's running up on you, telling you what you gotta do or better do, or you gotta have a problem with me. Now you gotta kick this behind. You gotta have that mentality. I'm just trying to avoid with the profanity here, but at least up to date. You got to deal with that. Let's screw that. No, you got to just kick this knucklehead's ass. You got to kick his ass. Why would you want to deal with an old lady and with a grown man, and he's going to be a grown young boy or whatever, and he's going to run up on you, and he's just going to be like, you better take care of my mom. You just want to say, shut the fuck up, man. I put a bullet on you, man. Wow, shut up. Then you gotta deal with the mama. Don't touch my baby. I know I wasn't going to go with the curse, but I just had to purge myself. It was in my head, so I had to say it. Sorry. Then you gotta see. Then here's the reality, men. You dealing with a 50-year-old woman, 60-year-old woman. Her daughter is of prettier version of her. And I know in the back of your men minds, you'd be like, why am I dealing with this old lady, 60-year-old old lady? I might as well deal with her daughter, it's 30. That is prettier and is in the game now. Less headache. Women wouldn't understand that, but I'm just giving you a dynamic. I'm just giving you an example. That's what a lot of men would be thinking. Why I'm dealing with this? You got this here. These things, it's just not worth it. Sure, you can roll in the hay with her and have fun for a hot minute because, the streets is dry. It's nothing out there that particular day or moment. And then you have a old lady that look halfway decent and, you just have fun with her and then you can, keep it pushing. She may be good for that if she's halfway decent, but not nobody you're going to just cuff and somebody you're going to wife up or, you're going to take seriously. And especially with a bad attitude on top of that. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. And a lot of you men really go through that and you don't really need to go through that. You really suffer. You allow yourself to suffer. You really do. You allow yourself to suffer dealing with these older women. And then listen to their demands. And it's so ridiculous. It's laughable and ridiculous all wrapped up to one. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the time nor energy. And you got to stop wasting your energy on a bad investment. It's bad enough you have these young girls out here that is wilding out and have body counts in the hundreds and just depleting their body and stuff. But then you have an old woman on top of that asking for requirements, and she's a heavy smoker. She still smokes at 56 years old. Her voice is raspy, raspy, that type of voice. Been smoking Newports and Kent cigarettes. Anybody from the U.S. know those cigarettes back in the days? Kent, Cools, Newports. She been smoking for 40 years. She's been drinking for 40 years. She's out of shape. She's dry. Why? What are you getting out of it? I'm sorry. You're getting experience. Experience in what? How to treat a man. That's what they would say. What they could bring to the table. They have more experience than a young girl. Well, we know you got experience, old lady, because you've been to many hotels with different men. You got body counts in the 200s. You got a whole bunch of kids. You are a grandmama. Yeah, you got a lot of experience. Yeah, you listen to all different types of music. Some of you even lay down and met entertainers in the 80s and 90s and stuff. I mean, yeah, you got a lot of experience. I pass on a lot of experience from you, old lady. I want to get something as fresh and new as possible. And I'm hoping a lot of you men have that same mentality. But I blame that on us, men. We allow these old ladies to roam around the wilderness and give demands and say what they better do, what you better do as a man. That's our fault, because old ladies, you're supposed to leave them in the pasture, especially with that mentality. Leave them alone and let them suffer on their own and die out. That's what you need to do. I blame men for that, because she's old and she fixed herself up and looked somewhat decent, and then you go crazy and thirsty. You guys, especially a great number of younger men just looking for a mama, and they be talking and give these old lady props, and then now they thinking they special. We as men we destroy the market, because a lot of us men is dumb, do dumb things, thirsty, super thirsty, and allow to be disrespected. You allow these old women to disrespect you on many different fronts, and you still deal with them, and you don't check these old women. You're supposed to check any woman for that matter, but the topic is about old women with requirements. You're supposed to check them instantly. They coming with all of that flip-flap stuff, that all that extra talk, that nonsense. Be like, yo, man, bye. If more men stood on their ground and said bye and leave these old women alone, let them just age out. I mean, majority of them would die out, but a few of them that is left will understand that they better change their ways, because nobody is going to mess with them. But as long as you men out here be on Instagram and say, oh, you look beautiful for your age at 70. And she got rolls of fat. Breast is all the way down to the feet. She just holding up with multiple bras. Sports bra and top and a regular bra at the same time. And she, got the wig on and fake nails and cakes of makeup and just, ooh, honey child. Ooh, honey child. Ooh, girl. Ooh, honey child. And you know what? That extends with all races. Because when they live in North America, they get that North American mentality and they acting a fool. You find all races old ladies acting a fool, giving orders and demands. So this is a us problem as men, allowing these savages, old savages, to roam around your perimeters and give orders and demands. That's a us fault because we shouldn't even look their way. Those types that have orders and demands and you old on top of that, 40, 50, 60 years old, 70, 80, 90, and 100, you are old as a woman. You old. Yes. And you ladies that's approaching 40, you getting there. You're a year away, you're 5 years away, you might be 8 years away, but you're getting there. So you better change your ways if you're getting there. Or you're gonna be like these old women here that it's just gonna be running around in circles, going to looking for dates, looking for a friend, looking to be courted at 55. You're gonna be that woman. You're gonna be that woman, ladies. You wanna be that woman? You wanna be like your mama. Okay, you wanna be like your grandmama or auntie, right? You wanna be like them, right? Looking for a man, looking to date at 60. You wanna be like that? That's your superwoman. That's your role model. Because she's my mama. So you wanna follow your mama. Good luck to you. Then what's gonna happen to you, young girl? You're gonna be 40 years old and you're gonna be like your mama. If you're not careful, you're on your way. A lot of these young girls, they on their way. They on their way. They already in training because they got the mentality like their mama and like their grandmama, like their auntie, your great auntie, or like your cousins or your old women in your neighborhood. You on the way. You on the way. You have their mentality. You are on the way. Don't worry. Another 20 years from today, you're going to be saying that same song. You're going to be single mom. You're going to have multiple children from different fathers, different men, excuse me. You're going to be in many hotels men took you to, many houses men took you to. You've been to clubs. You're going to have body counts too. You're going to have thousands of men feeling your breastises and your buttocks. You took down thousands of telephone numbers of different men. You talked to tens and thousands of different men and you're roaming around the streets. Oh yeah, you're going to be just like her too. You're on the way. An old woman with requirements. You're not careful. If you don't change the ways of who you are now, 20 years from today, you'll be just like your mama and all the old women around you. You could bank on that from Mr. Greatness. My gift for me to you, season's greetings. Whether you listen or not, That is on you. But I'm just trying to give you the game of life. Don't follow the footsteps of these old women, because 20 years from today, they're just going to die out, many of them. But if they're not died out, they just going to be even more wrinkled up. 80 years old, talking about what a man needs to do for them at 80. Talking that same song they said 60 years ago, 70 years ago. You got women 80 years old, 90 years old, close to 100, and they just talk that same talking point. They feminists, and they, what a man needs to do and what they not going to tolerate. And they got literally one foot in the grave, in a wheelchair, on a walker, using a cane. Don't know if they're on this planet Earth, dementia. But yeah, they will say what they want from a man. You're going to be that type of woman, right, young ladies? You're going to be that if you ain't careful. So the choice is yours. I'm out of here.